Hello everyone, my name is Kevin.
And my name is Vega.
And this is the ArmTalx Podcast. We're here to discuss and engage and grow the electro dance community.
Yeah, we want to react to your videos, to your dance videos, to your battles, to new songs. We just want to share knowledge and grow together as a community.
Yeah, and then also we're going to invite special guests, guests in the electro dance community, guests outside of the electro dance community, and people that have any sort of relevant material into the topic, so we can grow this art of dance, this futuristic dance, in my opinion, which is something that we're gonna be doing in this podcast, and also here to have fun as well. We're here kind of doing this on our own free time, and I think this is something that I really wanted to I really wanted something like this to exist when I was a teenager, when I was starting in electro dance, just because I think it would have added a lot of good information into my own dance style, and I think it was a good idea that it was actually brought up by Vega.
Your boy right here. I pitched the idea to him, and we got together, and we started creating ideas, and then from there we just started thinking about maybe reacting to new songs, because as a dancer I feel like music is very important to us, because I remember always struggling, finding new songs, or watching a battle, and sometimes I didn't know the song, and I'd be commenting and trying to look through the comments, and nobody shares the song, So we want to share the songs so that you could get down, send us your videos with the song, and just exchange knowledge, Like I said, this is a space for us to share with you, and for you guys to learn.
Now that we have kind of introduced the purpose of the podcast, I would like for us to kind of share our story. That's the first topic in this podcast, and I would like to ask you first in this case. So I would like for you to share your story, how you started in the movement, your alias, the years you've been dancing, and any relevant successes or experiences that you may have had inside the community. I think that will be useful for us to have on that end.
Well, I started dancing probably how long? It's been so long. So I started dancing about I'll say 11 years ago or so, or a little bit more. I was actually in the first birthday fight that happened here in the U.S.
That was back in 2011, right?
2011, yeah. The way I got my alias, which is Vega, is pretty much because of I used to like a lot of Street Fighter. So I don't know if you guys know about Vega.
There's one called Vega?
Yeah, there's one called Vega. He wears a mask, and he has like a claw, and he so that's where I got it from. A lot of people thought that was my last name, but I was like, nah, that's from Street Fighter. Yeah, so it's from Street Fighter, and yeah, that's where where it came from. And then back in high school when I was younger, I started dancing there. Kind of like how I found about electro is from a friend. He introduced me to the electro house music. When we were in class and stuff like that. So I remember he was showing me the songs, and then he started showing me some videos about shuffling, and I was like, oh damn, that's dope, that's pretty tight. And then I started doing my own research on YouTube, and
YouTube is a master for everyone.
Yeah. I'm YouTube certified on everything. So pretty much, I started looking up videos on YouTube, and then one time I remember he showed me a video of electro dance. I don't recall which video or which dancer it was, but it was a video of someone. I believe it was from the US, and yeah, he showed it to me, and it was back when it was Dance Generation, when it first started. So he showed me that video, and then I started looking into more, and then I was back in my room trying to imitate the steps, doing this and that, and then from there I just kept trying to find more, and go learn from watching other dances do it, and then as time went by, I started meeting people in high school that were doing the same style, which is electro dance. I remember there were like, when I first met the first dancers there were like probably like 4 that I remember. And when I was there, I remember I was just dancing for some friends. I was just showing them my moves, right? And then I remember some guy was passing by, and then he saw me, and he was waiting for me when I walked out of my soccer class. And then he told me, hey, I saw that you dance, and he's like, oh, you Electro? And I was like, oh yeah. And then he told me, oh, you want to be in the crew? He told me straight out like that, and I was like, what the fuck? And then I was just like, oh yeah, fuck it, I'll be in the crew, you know?
Yeah.
And then from there, we started the crew, which was back then it was called Heartbreak Electro. You guys could see probably like in the first birthday fight when I entered, we had a shirt with a logo with the hands like this, and it was like a broken heart. So it was the my friends like the shout out Rasta, because he's the one that founded the crew, you know.
That actually sounds very emo.
Yeah, but you know, like he's the one that invited him. I was like, fuck it, you know, I'll be part of it. And then it was me. I remember it was me, Rasta, and then another guy. He went by Peak. So it was us 3. And then after that, I remember my first battle that I think I had, it was against Lunchbox, which he took Avid to the school, and then we just kind of like did a battle right there, and then that was like the beginning of like, you know, my electro dance career.
What year was that exactly?
I don't remember. But it was like a few months before the first birthday fight.
That had to be 2011 then.
Yeah, like around 2011. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people started dancing like back in 2010, 2011. That's when kind of like the boom.
Yeah. Well, I think it was like more people started before me, like 2010, because I remember there was already videos of other people dancing electro in the US. Okay. And then when I came in, like that's when it was like more, like getting more popular here in the US. Mm-hmm. And that's when they had the first birthday fight, which it was a pretty cool experience because, you know, they had invited Pecco, and then they had the dance floor kids judge, and then they had Gambit. So it was a pretty cool experience because that was like the very first birthday fight, and then that was like where it was like very popping. Yeah. So like it was actually like a very good amount of crowd, you know. So it was like you could feel the energy there. Like when it was time to battle, like you could feel the energy because it was a lot of people. And then after that, we started like meeting more. When we went to the first birthday fight, we started meeting like more dancers, and then from there we started connecting. You know, started like I met the guys from Avid, which they also live here in the valley, in the San Fernando Valley. So it was we were pretty close. So we started like sessioning with them and stuff like that, and then, you know, like they started doing like also like their own sessions when they used to book like a studio time, and they used to invite us, you know. So
well, I don't think you shared something that was really important. The birthday fight, was it 4 or 5, the one that you won?
Oh shit. Well, that one was like years after, you know, like the one that I won, it was the birthday fight 5. I believe it was almost the last one that they made. So it was the last one they made. So the 5 I won against Little Rex. Shout out to Little Rex. You know, we need another match. But he's a very good opponent. You know, he has a lot of like long time dancing too, and a lot of experience in battles, because he's a guy that's always there. You know, and like just dancing and battling. So
definitely,
you know,
OG.
respect to him, but it was a good battle. I had so much fun, and at the end, I became champion.
Nice.
But that's how I came across Electro, and then just like I said, just pretty much watching YouTube videos from dancers from Italy, Russia, France, pretty much France, because that's where it was funded.
Nice.
And how about you? How you started?
Well, my story, I remember I started back in September 2010. I still remember the month. September 2010. That was when I was back in Guatemala. I was still living there. I'm basically from Guatemala, but then I migrated here to the US in November of 2011. So I'm going to be here for 13 years in the country. I would say I've been dancing for 14 years now. 14 years and a month. And any relevant kind of memories or kind of experiences here in electro dance, I would say it's been kind of going to battles and everything, but mostly everything has been on watching YouTube videos. And not just that, but also kind of trying to learn new steps from other dancers, and then also other, specifically other Russian dancers, because I really like the style of Russian electro dance. And my alias, it's Nivek, which is basically in backwards.
Your name.
Yeah. But in Guatemala, I started with another alias. Actually,
okay.
Yeah, it was Donetrix, which is my middle name, Donelli. But I just took the Done and then Trix because it fucking sounded electric or something like that. When you're like 14, 13 years old, you just kind of come up with some stuff.
And back in Guatemala, do you already started having friends that dance electro, or
the thing in Guatemala is that I knew people that dance electro, but I didn't really meet up with any of them because everyone was really far from where I lived, and there wasn't anything sort of like a battle. And then when I came here, I learned that nobody was dancing over there in Guatemala. The only one that I know that is still dances in Guatemala is someone called Spooky 2.0. He's actually really good. He's in my opinion,
I think I've seen him. I think I've seen videos.
Yeah, he's actually really good in my opinion. I think that he's the best Guatemalan electro dancer.
Shout out Spooky.
So, shout out Spooky. It's that's how I started. What got me hooked into electro dance was I remember my brother was in the computer that month, September 2010, and I remember I was just watching TV, and then I heard my brother said, "Oh wow, that's cool," and then I was like, "Okay, what's this guy watching, right?" So I went there kind of as to see what he was watching and everything. And then when I saw the video, it was someone dancing Tectonic. Milky Way, but as everyone knows him, it's kind of like Tectonic in a lot of ways, even though that's the wrong name. But it was someone kind of like I don't remember the exact video of what was it, but then when they were starting to do the whole gibberish of the whole thing of the arms, I was like, okay, I need to learn that style. I really need to learn that. I don't know how to dance, but I'm going to learn it, and that's something that really kind of inspired me. And it's been that video and that specific, those specific movements, and kind of watching that has been one of the few experiences in my life where I said, I really have to learn how to do that, or I really have to kind of get into that. And then when I saw that it was kind of, the name was Tectonic, as how it was popular, I started watching more videos about Tectonic, and then I started to kind of educate myself more in the community. And then I got to know that it was called electro dance, and then after that I started to see battles from Birdie Fight, and the specific battles that I saw from Birdie Fight were the ones in Russia. And when I saw the level of Russia, dude, like that, I was already hooked, and I was like, okay, I need to really learn that.
Yeah. That's the kind of like the beauty of electro dance, because like each country has their own style and the way they move and everything. Exactly. So like it's just crazy like how everyone moves,
Definitely. And this is the thing that I think it really depends on nationality. Even though right now I think it's different, because you can be a dancer from a specific country, but you don't necessarily have to have the style of that specific country. But I think, in my opinion, yeah, there is such a thing as a Russian style. There is such a thing as a Mexican style.
Yeah.
The only country that I cannot say that there's a specific style is France, just because French style is really, it varies from different dancers. You know, like I feel like dancers from France are, you know, everyone is unique in their own thing. Nobody's really kind of picking up from another one style, like someone like just like I did. I think I picked up on a lot of styles from different dancers, but I don't think French people they do that. I think that's what I've seen, in my opinion. Well, I think that's kind of the summary of everything for, in my opinion. But now I want to ask you this: what have you done during all these past years to improve your style? Damn. And also, kind of like a subsection question: what would you do to improve your style from now on? Like, what has worked?
I guess something that I've done to improve my style now during this time, I guess, is like, and that's something I got from you, is like take a class. To actually take a class, because, you know, like I said before, like when I first started, and I guess until like, you know, a few years back, it was just everything from YouTube, you know, just watching videos and, you know, trying it on my own in my room, you know, watching myself, pretty much recording myself and then watching the videos, because I don't really like to watch myself in the mirror.
Really?
You know, yeah, I just don't, I don't know, like when I dance, every time I dance, I just like to, I don't like to look at the mirror and then, you know, like dance. I like to just like be free, because I feel like when you have a mirror, you're like more focusing on watching yourself than actually like moving freely, you know.
But how do you improve a step? For example, how do you make sure that, for example, right? I mean, you're kind of making sure that a step is kind of going into the right angle.
Yeah. Like, so that's what I said. You know, I used to record myself. So I record myself and then watch the video, and then I'll watch my videos, and that's how I'll be like, okay, I need to do this differently, you know, or something like that. But because I feel like I said, if I have a mirror, I feel like I'll be more. That's just me, you know. But I feel like if I have a mirror, I'll be more concentrated in watching myself. Like I'll be like this, you know, like doing this instead of like, you know, moving like this, instead of like looking back. I'll be more looking forward, you know. Okay. So I feel like I just like to record myself and then watch the video, and then that's how I move on. I guess just train more often and harder, you know. Frequency. Yeah. Just because I feel like consistency is gonna make me grow better, in a better dancer, you know. So that's something I would do. Just keep training and train harder and consistently more, you know. Okay. Yeah. How about?
Well, I think during all these past years, one thing that really helped me out was actually practicing in front of a mirror. That's to me that's what works for me.
Yeah.
Now I'm learning that not everyone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like everyone's so different, and that's why we're making this, you know, so that we can learn from each other. Maybe what works for me is not gonna work for you, but what works for him is gonna work for you, you know. So that's the beauty of this, you know.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think it was watching myself in front of the mirror. I would say what I've done in the past to learn or to kind of just to improve my style. I think it was exposing myself to other people, because I feel like throughout a lot of the years in the beginning, I don't think I really shared a lot of sessions with other people. I feel like right now I do it more often than I had before. To me, an experience of a cypher or an electro session, it was very rare. I would only practice by myself, and I feel like you cannot isolate yourself. You have to practice with other people, or you have to kind of at least, I wouldn't say have an audience, but have another dancer to kind of just show off moves with, you know. And I feel like that's a way to improve. I feel like every time I battled, I learned something new.
Yeah, it's just just to add to that, it's just it's different, because when you're by yourself, you're like more comfortable, but when you're in front of a crowd or you're in front of a cypher, it's different, because it's a different energies. You feel the pressure, you know. So like you're getting out of your comfort zone, so it's very different, and it's just like it pushes you to a different limit.
Yeah.
So it's very good.
I know a lot of people don't like battling exactly, but in my opinion, I think battling competition is what makes someone better. And I feel like every time I competed, even though it was really rare when I was kind of growing as a teenager, every time I battled someone, I feel like I learned something, and it was kind of, I felt like it was an exponential growth to me. And that was something that I did. And one of the last things that I did recently was basically take a class, an online class.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to have the fortune of meeting Singa in New York.
Shout out Singa.
Shout out Singa. And actually having a master class in front, like actually in person, and having him actually tell me, okay, you know what, like do this, or try to practice this. And it was a game changer for me, in my opinion, and that was very recent. So yeah, and now something that I would do to improve my style from now on, yeah, I mean, expose myself to other people. I would say battle more. If I cannot battle more, I would say still session with other people.
Yeah.
And kind of, I would say listening more to, or kind of make music. I feel like that actually maybe something that I've heard other dancers that whenever they make music, they're able to kind of hear the music in a different perspective, and they're able to change their musicality.
Yeah.
So I feel like I would like to do that from now on. And it's not like I'm going to make a lot of music, but I feel like just the process of making music is going to be able to make me into a better dancer.
Yeah.
Warm up before any session. I feel like as I'm getting older,
As we're getting older.
Yeah, I mean, dude, like I feel like whenever I start dancing after a while, I'm not dancing for like about 2 or 3 weeks, my back hurts, and it hurts really bad, and I feel like I need to stretch. So warming up and stretching before every session, it's a must, specifically when you get older. So yeah, something I'm gonna do.
Yeah, and then last time we were like sessioning, and I was telling him like, you know, dancing is pretty much a sport. So if you see someone that does soccer, baseball, or basketball, whatever sport they do, you know, the fundamentals is, you know, stretching, you know, warming up before the game. So as a dancer, you also have to do that, because it's, like I said, it's a sport. So you have to stretch, warm up, so that, you know, just not because it's good for like, you know, when you dance, but it's just like it's good for your body, you know, like it helps you. So that's something that is very important, and I think we all should do as electro dancers, you know, because I feel like us as electro dancers, like from the videos that I feel like everybody learned electro from watching YouTube videos.
Yeah.
So
everyone.
I feel like there's not a lot of videos in YouTube showing dancers that how to stretch or how to like warm up. Yeah. So that's something that we have to learn on our own, you know. Yeah. And then just go from there.
Okay, so I think going into the next topic, I would like to kind of, for us, to share our favorite songs of all time in electro dance. I think I'm gonna go first on this one, just because I actually.
He got the bangers.
Yeah, I got the bangers, man, because I think these are the one of the more iconic songs in electro dance. I think every electro dancer, I think mostly OGs are going to get it. Anybody that is getting into the community right now, or has been into the community for about a year, or maybe a little bit more, maybe is not going to hear all that song. They're not going to hear all the songs, but they're going to be able to maybe recognize some of them. So the first song is by Dim Chris. It's called No Soccer, and this one is a very French, I say song.
I remember this one.
Nah, I just like this part, man. Like the part that is going to get a drop. Back then, dude, in 2011.
And not only that, like if you guys are like look up the song and you guys watch the video, it has very like iconic moves, you know, when it first started. So, you know, like the little haircut, you know,
wardrobe, all of that.
Yeah.
So that has to be one of my favorite songs of all time in Electrodance, and definitely it's an iconic one. The second one is I have to get this one out. Okay, it's Fast Food, Protect Animals, and it's the remix of Lazy Rich. This you can actually hear it in the finale of not every, but in a lot of famous championships. For example, Vertify 2011 when Team versus Team, when Sabra battled against Electro Street.
Oh, Electro Street, yeah.
I feel like that was kind of like that's a very famous finale. Final, sorry.
Spanglish.
Yeah, it's the Spanish. It's the Spanglish that is missing right now. So it's this song. It's a beautiful song, man. I just really like it. Also, another final was the Mexican.
Is it the one with Steak versus Brandon?
No. Actually, did they play that one though? No.
I don't know. I think so.
No, they played this one on them Rebels against the Chosen.
Oh, okay. That was
in Mexico. That was back in 2012, actually.
Yeah.
Another one was Soldiers of the Future, Lord of Shadow. Okay, this one I heard it first in the birdie fight that you won, actually.
Oh, no?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I remember it was Quasi. Shout out to Quasi.
Yeah.
Quasi against Kid. And it was, I think, one of the first battles of that birdie fight.
Yeah. I remember that.
And it's just when I heard that song, I was like, oh my god, such a good song.
And that's when also like you could notice like electro dance music changing, like switching to a different like level, you know?
Something harder, different.
Yeah.
So. Dude, listening to this with headphones? Oh my god, man.
But not on like that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so this is a very, very famous song, I think, in my opinion. And then the fourth one, my opinion, well, I think this one, everyone is going to get it. If you don't get this one, maybe...
you're too new.
Yeah, you're too new. But it's a very famous artist now. So it's Gesaffelstein, Aufstand.
Yeah, he's featured with The Weeknd and big artists.
Yeah, so Gesaffelstein is actually very, he's up there now. So...
This is one of my favorites too.
Yeah?
I just like it because it's very like groovy, like I feel like with this one you could groove more, move better and shit. I remember watching this one when all the electro dancers from France got together and then made a video, kind of like a cipher,
mashup, yeah. That was when I saw that one. I was like, okay, France is just in a whole different level.
Yeah.
Well, France has always been on a whole different level, but it's just back then, everyone saw French people as like, okay, now like these people can really, they're dominating. So those are my songs.
Let's jump into mine. I'm gonna take you back.
So what's the first song?
So the first song, this one's called Turntable Shockers featuring Fast Food. Fake It. If you know, you know.
I think it's all the way right here that it's... Yeah. Let me see if it's that one specifically.
That?
Yeah. Oh, this is actually that one for Steak versus Brandon.
Yeah.
The one that we were saying. This is the one. This is actually the song. Nice.
But I remember watching it from Vertify in France. That's where I heard it first. Yeah.
So it's a really cool song, man.
Yeah. So that's one of my favorite ones, And And then mine are a little bit more old school. But
Tell me.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so this one, which one is this one?
This one's Dem Slackers. Dem Slackers is one of my favorite like DJs. I feel like they have really good songs and they should be back, you know. Everything goes back to the videos.
Everything goes back to my childhood. Well, my
Teenagers. Yeah. So that's another banger right there. And then this one, hold on, don't play yet. This one is like, is like one of my favorite ones because like, not only like, it's different from the electro, but it's like, it's a great piece. And then this one's called Justice this is by Justice, and it's called Waters of Nazareth, and it's just a dope. And then this song is not only danced by electro dance, it's danced by like other different styles. So like that's what makes it so dope. So that's another banger.
That's a really good.
A good call.
Good call, man. Yeah.
And then this one is old school. Like this, DJ SOLOVEY. You know, he's an OG on this. I feel like everybody should know this one.
Never give up.
So if you want to get back to your basics, you gotta play this one and you know, go from there.
So many good memories on this one, man.
Yeah, like just not the song, but like the style back then. It was different.
Dude, they have, I think, whether JAKARTA or DJ SOLOVEY, they had the very same style of music as these boys. I don't think these boys were really that big, but I just remember listening to their songs. Like it's kind of like the same style.
Yeah.
Dude, what a banger, man! What a song, man! You really picked good ones.
Yeah. I was like cause he did his list first, so I was like, damn, like he got good bangers. Now I gotta find my some good ones too.
So now we're going to jump into the
videos.
The videos
that inspire us.
This is the thing where I think if anything I want to share more in these videos, it has to be this part of the podcast, just because the question is on this topic is who's your reference style and describe their style. That's kind of like the premise of the question on this topic. And what I would like to say from the get-go right now is that to me, Russian dancers, at least back then or kind of like right now, I would say that they were the ones who really, in my opinion, put into perspective that what should be the pure, or what should be called as pure electro dance. I don't know if I make sense, but
he's gonna get in trouble.
Yeah, I'm gonna get in trouble with maybe a lot of people, specifically from France, French people, because of course it's everything is coming from France. But in my opinion, I think Russian dancers, they were really they have been all this time kind of have the essence of what I consider pure electro dance. And the video that I want to show first is by Dance Generation Russia. This one, I think I watched it so many times. First of all, because I had a crush on Belka.
Shit. Belka, if you're watching this, hey, get on my boy.
But I think I really like the Russian style just because it had a lot of arm work. And I really love it when someone kind of shows the arm work in a very fast way in a speedy way. Even though I don't have that same style anymore, but back then I was just like, okay, like I'm just gonna go. And at that time I was also kind of like more skinny and everything, so I was able to go faster when I was dancing. But yeah, and then this video took me to see, kind of, in my opinion, who should be considered as the, in analogy of Dragon Ball Z, the legendary Super Saiyan.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but in the Electro Dance perspective, or in the Electro Dance
View, your point of
yeah,
view.
I would say to me the legendary Electro Dancer is Yarus, just because it's, yeah, like I know that he's not active anymore and everything.
I think he's kind of like getting back, because I've seen someone share a video of him, but I'm not sure if you watching Yarus.
Yeah, dude.
Hey.
Yarus, I think just like me, you inspired a lot of other people to dance electro, just because I think I don't think nobody has ever achieved the arm work that you have achieved, dude. And so if you're watching this, and I don't know if you understand English, of course, which I hope you do.
Translated.
Translated. I would say that, dude, you're the inspiration of a lot of electro dancers, and to me, I think you're the legendary electro dancer. I just wish you would have never stopped dancing, dude, because I think you brought a lot of fresh air into the space. Like there's a lot of parts where you see that he's able to complete the moves. He's fast. He's just like, I don't think nobody has achieved that type of arm work. At least at that speed, I don't think someone has. There's a lot of people that have come close to it, but it's just I don't think nobody has had at this point. Not at the moment. And I don't think nobody would, because everyone is, I mean, dancing at this speed is really difficult when you wanna catch the beat.
Yeah.
Just because I've tried it so many times, and it's really difficult. It's just when you need to go into the rhythm. So, yeah. When you need to go into the rhythm, it's kind of almost impossible to catch all the beats. But props to you, Yarus. You're the legendary electro dancer. I'm already nicknaming you in that sense.
Salute.
So the other one, okay, I think this electro dancer, I don't know if he's still active or not, but he was one of the verified staff in Spain. He was a really good inspiration back in the day when I was starting, and his nickname is Solotech, but I think I know his name is Ivan Mateo, I think.
He's from Spain, no?
He's from Spain,
Yeah.
so he's,
I think, yeah, that's his name. I think I remember.
So the reason why I think he's a good inspiration in my electro dance, in my style, it's because I watch a lot of tutorials of Solotech, because he had a lot of tutorials. He was not one of the few that had tutorials back then, because there were a lot of people. Like Nivek had tutorials, and a lot of other people had tutorials, but Solotech, I mean, they were kind of the most convincing to me, in my opinion, of electro dance. He had the same thing, the style of that it has to be really fast. It's a lot of arm work and everything, and you have the grooves and all that. So yeah. So that's actually Solotech. The next video I want to show is actually, I think as I evolved during the years in electro dance, I went from Russian style to Mexican style to Russian style again, to kind of having my own style, or trying to get my own style altogether. My first inspiration, I think, when I was starting to watch more videos of Latin American electro dancers, of course it has to be Wisco and Peco. I take a lot of their style, at least back then when they were in their prime, because they were actually on another level in Mexico. They were untouchable. Like nobody wanted to battle them, and I never met them in person. I hope I could meet them in person one day. So yeah, I mean, it's like showing the moves that they made during the duo against other dancers. Like they were very complete when they were a duo. I would say I take more on Wisco rather than Peco, just because even though they're both fast, but I think I started to kind of get my own groove watching Wisco dance, because Wisco is, of course, kind of is the Exodia of Mexico. So yeah, that's all the lenses that I pick up on. The dancing. And I think this one doesn't need an introduction. Passing on to this electro dancer. His name is Singa, and I've taken classes with him, and I think they really helped me out a lot. If you're able to take a class with him, go for it. I think they're really worth it. I think Singa, it's it's one of those people that kind of came to revolutionize the electronic space, in my opinion. And same thing. I mean, he has the arm work very complete, and he has more things more than arm work. Like he actually goes into kind of building concepts whenever he dances. I like the fact that he doesn't repeat a lot. I think whenever I see him dancing, it's very unique. He's a very unique electro dancer, and I think as he's evolving during the years, we can see very new things in his style. And I mean, just the fact that he kind of developed his style as being just Russian, the Russian style, and I can just say that he's possibly one of the best electro dancers in the world. I think he's very par to par with French people. Not a lot of people achieve that level or has achieved that level up until this point. If you're not from France, like there is kind of like you have some sort of disadvantage in my opinion.
Yeah.
Just because you're not around other French people that have the groove and everything. So Singa is one of them that he actually is par to par with French electro dancers. And last but not least, I think during the last few years, I think I've taken up on the style of Pulga. I think Pulga, as I'm saying to other electro dancers, if you're watching this, you're an inspiration in electro dance, especially for Latin Americans. And I think my style right now maybe doesn't reflect Pulga anymore because I'm trying to get my own style. But he, I think, was kind of like a very good how do you say, cornerstone in my dance, or kind of like I wouldn't say foundation, but kind of like a very important developing stage or kind of inspiration when I was trying to get better at dancing. So that's Pulga. And I think one of his very great successes has been that, of course, he and the team APEM, they won the international verified, but it was back in 2015, I believe.
Was it that one? Was it a verified or was it like just an event? I think it was just like a.
It was a verified. APEM, yeah, APEM they won verified. Verified 2015.
Was it the one in Mexico?
No, the one in France.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, then yeah, it was a verified.
No, in Mexico he's won like countless of times. Like, he's a champion. He's considered like one of the best ones. I think in my opinion, Pulga is the best one. Well, I think I'm lying. Right now, the best electro dancer at this point in time, as of November 2024, the best Mexican electro dancer is Roman. But Pulga is not really that far from his level.
Yeah. Well, they're kind of like in the same crew, so they work together, you know.
Well, they're different styles though.
They're different styles, but like what I'm saying is like they're always together. When it was during that time they were in the crew, so like they were able to grow together, you know.
Grow together, definitely. Yeah. So what I really like about Pulga style is that he's very he has the arm work of Russian people. I think maybe I should ask him if maybe his foundation is Russian dancers, but I see a lot of arm work that has to do with Russian electro dancers. Those are my dancers.
Some of the top dancers, because I feel like, you have more.
That's it.
Okay.
Some of the top, I would say some of the top dancers.
Mm-hmm.
What are your dancers?
Well, I want to start with this one because this one's like actually one of the ones that like like really inspired me when I first began to like do electro. He's a dancer from Italy, and he goes by the name of Ga, G-A. That's how I remember it. Maybe I'm mistaking it. I think that means demo de jury, or like, you know,
So
judge demo.
Is he French?
No, he. You know how they always put that demo de jury, because like I guess
because
it's from France, you know, but it's like a judge demo, you know. But that's Gira is like juez, you know, like judge. But I believe his name, he goes by Ga. And when I first started like dancing electro, I remember watching him, and I was just blown away by his dance, the way he flowed, you know, the way he moved, the especially like the little punchlines that he had. Those were like very dope. Like also like his style, I liked it. I remember, you know, like a lot of like the shoes that he had. that was like I was like, oh shit, that's tight, you know.
The very famous shoes back then.
Yeah, the famous shoes, you know, like very galactic. You know, so like that was something that caught my eye from him, and you know, that's one of my dancers that I liked back then when I first started, and that kind of like inspired me. And then this second one, everybody knows him. You know, he goes by Jerem, and he's a French dancer. He's one of the first ones who started electro dancer, you know. So, yeah, like just his style, you know, like the way he dresses, the way he moves, the attitude, you know, like that was dope to me. And I was like, damn, he's sick, you know, and also because he was like one of the first ones to do this, you know. So that's what caught about my eye about this dancer. So he's on my list.
What about Trexie? He's in the same video.
Well, he wasn't like my kind of like, you know, taste, but you know, he's also like one of the beginners. Like he was like in the very iconic video, you know, of the I think it was called Yale or something like that from the Tectonic video that everybody knows. So, you know, I respect him for that. But yeah, his style is dope as well, you know, but it's just
it's not your favorite.
It's not my taste. My bad.
I mean,
you know?
I don't think it's bad to say something like that. I mean, I think it's just, you know, everybody has their own tastes.
Yeah. No, but like I said before, you know, like what works for me might not work for you, but what works for him might work for you, and then, you know, that's what makes it beautiful, you know.
Yeah. I think that's the beauty of electro dance, because since there's a lot of different styles, and it's just so much diversity. That there's way more diversity now.
Yeah.
People are mixing popping with electro dance, or crump with electro dance, or there's something called as flextro. You know.
Oh yeah, the ones that break the bones. You know, that's crazy. I think you had to be born with that, no? Like the double joint thing.
I tried doing that. And
you almost break your hand.
Yeah, I was gonna send myself to the clinic, but.
Yeah, so my next dancer is like I think you guys know him, but he I don't know what happened to him, but like, you know, if you're watching this, bro, come back, dog. He goes by Itchy from back then. He was electro addict, and yeah, like I said, also the style, you know, like the shoes, the way he moved, the little punchlines that he had, they were pretty dope. So that's what caught my eye.
Right now that I'm seeing the video, I see his style reflecting a lot of Jerem's.
Kind of. I guess that's also I guess why I liked it. Yeah. But yeah, like I just like that punchline right there. That was like so clean, and like, you know.
I feel like the way he does the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of like almost the same angle that Jerem does it.
Yeah. It's just I feel like when I used to watch him, you know, I used to like try to imitate him, and then like I got that from him, but then I try to like also make it my own way, you know, like just to develop my own style as well. And I feel like that's everybody, you know, like everybody grew up watching videos and got their style from someone else, and you know that your inspiration. But then you started developing your own, and that's beautiful. And then you know this other video, you know, I had to go back with Yarus too as well. But more besides Yarus, I on this, especially on this video, I like Radiance. He goes by Radiance. So Radiance kind of caught my eye more because I like the character that he puts on this one, because he was like kind of like a monster, you know, like he moves like he did like show the T like mysterious, you know, like it was different. It was different for, because everybody before used to just like dance, you know, like this, but he was more into like a character, and that's something that I liked, that I saw different, and I was like, oh, that's dope, and I liked it.
Yeah, his dance is definitely very. It was very different for his time.
For his time, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think nobody danced like him
Back then.
2011.
Yeah.
I think everyone was kind of like more into the speed.
Yeah.
This is the reason why Yarus caught the attention a lot. I think in this video back then, Yarus, kind of like Yarus parts were kind of like more highlighted, I think.
Yeah.
Than Radiance's, but right now at this point in time, I really appreciate the dance of the Radiance.
Yeah, I just really liked it because like, I don't know, like he had like, it was like I said, different. He had a character, and like, even though it was like more simple, but it was just like clean, you know, like it was just different, and that's what caught my eye on this video, and like I said, the character that he had on this one. So
I saw a video of him battling Majestic. Really? I think Majestic like pulled down his pants in the battle.
Oh shit, I don't remember call that one.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was funny. Don't do that in a battle.
Yeah. Unless you're trying to get down. And you know, this last dancer, you know, I kind of like recently took a class with him, you know, so I'm picking game from him, and yeah, this guy is like, it's just he's a little bit different to this time, you know, like, cause like if you compare it, I guess, to like electric dancers from Mexico, from Russia, like, you know, he's moving differently, and then he's bringing another game, you know, another game. So I like that. I really like his angles, you know, like a lot of. I also like a lot of like the tutting. So he has a lot of that. So I love that. And then
the one thing I really like about Kevin Table.
Yeah, Kevin Table.
Dude, Kevin
My
Table,
bad.
you're the top. You're the top right now. So, but one of the things that I was gonna say that for Kevin Table is that, yeah, I think now, since I'm appreciating a lot more the dance style, of, you know, the mixes of different styles and everything, Kevin Table is very unique right now. I think he's bringing a good revolution into the dancing, just because I think the way he catches the beat, man, just like the way he flows with the music. It's very
one thing about him is that he has a great musicality. So like, cause like there's dancers that they focus more on, like, you know, like I said, like the aggressiveness, or maybe just like being clean on their moves, but he focuses more on like just being hitting the musicality. So not only that, but also like his moves are clean, you know, there is clean lines, but then like hitting the punchline, you know.
I think his style, if you put it in a no style battle against someone else from another style, he can actually beat any other dancer out there, you know, because I think, in my opinion, right now, if you put a hip hop dancer against an electro dancer, more chances are gonna be that the hip hop dancer is gonna win, just because electro dancers right now they're getting into the game of actually beating hip hop dancers, but they're not. I don't think they're still there yet.
Yeah, there's only a few, but you know, that's why we're making this, so that we could learn, you know.
We can beat them up. We have to beat the. We don't have to, right? But
we have to.
I mean, I'm competitive in that sense, but it's just I think. As I said, I mean, with Kevin Table, he's able to actually transform his electro dance style into any other sort of music if it's crump, if it's anything that has to do with, I don't know, rock and roll or any other sort of song that it doesn't have to be electro dance.
Yeah.
You can actually apply it and it's gonna look good.
Yeah, he's just more able to, like, I guess, play around with any type of music, you know, and that's something that we all, every dancer has to. If you're gonna, besides being electro dancers, if you're gonna enter a battle, you gotta enter as a dancer, which means you gotta get down to any song and to, you know, just groove to anything and be able to dance to that. Because imagine if you go to a battle and then you're like, oh, they're not playing electro, I'm not gonna dance. It's like, then you're not a dancer, you know, you're just electro.
Yeah, but dude, I can tell you this, that when you're an electro dancer and your first time, and this is your first time battling in an all-style battle, and whenever they play a song, it's hip-hop rather than electro, it's intimidating, man. Like,
it is, but you're taking a step, and that's what's gonna take you to another level. So, you know.
Yeah, I went to this competition. It wasn't not that long ago, like 2 months ago, and dude, it was really hard for me to adapt my musicality into hip-hop.
Yeah.
Just because hip hop has different, I mean, it's different. You know, that's the reason why I think. Well, when I took the electro masterclass with Singa, he was telling me that a lot of songs that are from, you know, kind of like the whole style of electro dance. They're good and they're really good and everything, but they don't really help you develop as a dancer. The songs that now they're currently be danced at events in, I don't know, the Frequency, LRC, or any other sort of you know, famous event around the world, you're going to see kind of like, in my opinion, I think it's kind of like weird music because I'm not really from that scene. But whenever I dance to those songs, I can actually play with my imagination in a better way rather than dancing to songs that were kind of like more 2014, 2015, 2016.
Yeah, because I feel like just a comparison. Don't get mad, you know. But like a lot of like the electro dancers from Mexico, they like to dance to that aggressive music, you know. And
I love that, dude.
I like that too. It's dope. But when it comes to going into a battle, like an all styles battle, like, and you're going with that mentality or with that style, it's not gonna work because, you know,
it's very unique and very niche.
Yeah. And then that's when you crash, you know, and you feel confused. You're like, oh, why doesn't my moves work on this, you know, because you're used to just going aggressive and fast, and which is dope when it comes to that type of music, but then you gotta move on to practicing other type of songs, you know.
Yeah, it's taking me a long time for me to adjust into other songs from other genres.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's something that every electro dancer has to have in order for them to improve into being an actual dancer, not just an electro dancer.
Yeah.
So, yeah, dude, I think, I mean, we're gonna have a lot of episodes, I think, diving more, you know, in depth into those sort of topics.
Yeah.
And we're gonna actually have special guests that they're able to kind of discern everything to the, you know.
Yeah, we want to bring a lot of guests because, like I said, everybody has a different history. Everybody has a different mentality. Everybody has a different way of thinking. So we want to exchange that with you guys that are watching, and you guys could take something from there, you know, and apply it to yourselves, and then evolve with that, and then hopefully you guys could share it to other people, and then that way it helps everybody grow, you know, because that's what it is. That's all it is about, you know, like just learning and sharing, and because, you know, at the end of the day, we're not gonna take anything, so we gotta share, you know, whatever we learn with others and learn from others, so that we could grow together, you know, and then just evolve, you know. That's what life is about, because as we go, we're evolving, you know. You see technology, you see like clothing, fashion, everything, you know, so everything's evolving, so
it's good getting philosophical in this topic.
Yeah, sorry, my bad.
But, no, I was gonna make a joke about it, but no, actually it's really good to be philosophical about it, because I think that's, you know, as a human being and everything, is just, you know, dancing. It's one of those arts where, you know, it's very self-expressionist.
Yeah, but well, I'm saying that because, like, I noticed back then when I first started dancing, a lot of people used to like hide like videos or like music. They're like, they will just, you know, keep it for themselves, and it was like, damn, like, what the fuck, you know, like. I
was one of them.
yeah. So I was like, damn, like, share it, or like, cause nowadays another thing is like, a lot of people back then used to like, if you did a move, they'll be like, oh no, like it's a copy. But I feel like, you know, like there's there's times like there's chances where I make a move and he makes the same move, you know, like it just comes to the same time. And I feel like now with internet, like I feel like everything's already made, like, you know.
Well, I mean, actually, there's a lot of room to.
There's room, but I feel like it's just like, getting something to like, you know, like making it better, like polishing it. But I feel like it's already made, you know.
I disagree with that. I think Electro is one of those things where, you know, you have your bases, right? I mean, you have the kind of like the 7 basic steps of electrodance. But it's just like, out of those are your building stones to get into other different moves where they actually look really sick and they're actually electro, or considered in my eyes what it is electro. But yeah, no, I think there's a lot of room to kind of come up with different steps. But I get your point in the sense that I think everyone is kind of like trying to fight originality, and I think, you know, if you like a step and you want to make it, and if you want to make it in a different angle, or if you just want to make it better, then screw it, do it in the battle. Like, do it. Yeah, I let you. I give you permission to do it.
That's right. Hey, no, but let us know in the comments, like, you know, what you guys want to see next. You know, like, give us some ideas as well. You know, we'll try to make it happen. And send us your dance videos. You know, like battles, recent battles. We want to react to battles as well. You know. Give our thoughts, you know. Yeah,
if you want any constructive criticism, you know.
Yeah.
The little that we know, we're gonna be able to do something about it. To maybe kind of give something of value to you.
Yeah. And then you decide. You decide if you take. If it's good for you, you decide to take it. If it's not good, then don't take it. You know, just ignore us.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, this was a good episode, I think.
No hate to
everybody. It's just love. You know, like I said, we're just exchanging ideas. You know, we're exchanging ideas. We're learning from each other, and that's what it's all about. You know.
So that was the end of this episode. This is I would say kind of like the pilot episode. We're making mistakes. We have troubles with the microphone and everything. Of course.
We're learning.
We're learning as we grow, but you know, the thing about this is that you don't have to be perfect to start. You just have to start. Starting right now, and this is the end. So I'll see you, or we'll see you on the
next episode.